We'll go ahead and start. It's a hell of a game. I'm really proud of my team for their effort, execution, unselfishness. We cleaned up some turnover problems. And, defensively, especially the first half, thought we did some really, really good things. Marcus Howard's he's an incredible player. And I compared him yesterday to Trae Young. I certainly think there's some similarities with his ability to make difficult shots. A lot of those threes, Davion's right there hanging on him. And, when they create space and there's no ball screen, it's really tough to provide any help. But we had the game won. We didn't execute an out-of-bounds play, and that's on me. That's my fault. If your team doesn't execute that, that's on the head coach, and I really let the guys down.
I guess for the guys, just obviously it's a crazy battle out there, but just knowing how close you were to finishing at 0.8 seconds and just get a hand on the ball, I guess essentially how much does it sting? How close you were to?
We're done. I'm already done.
Yeah, he's done.
I guess how much does it sting to know how close you were to getting it done and then to see the result that you have to live with, I guess?
I mean, it sucks, but I mean, like Coach said, we can't just blame it on one thing, though. I mean, it was a lot of possessions during the game that we could, look back on. But I am proud of the team for the effort that we gave, and win as a team, we lose as a team. So we'll take that one and, just keep working.
Davion, how hard was it to guard Marcus Howard? I mean, you had him contested multiple times. You had a hand in his face. You had him beat up, and he'd still make the shot. I mean, how frustrating is that? I mean, how hard was it to D him up?
Yeah, he's one of the best players I played, but he's a smaller guy, so I know he's probably used to making tough shots, hands in his face. That's probably what he practices. So he's probably almost mastered that, and even almost sometimes a hand isn't good enough, and especially if he gets a ball screen, but he had a good day today.
What is this sort of strategy? You just trying to bother him as much as you can, or what are you trying to do against him?
Just try not to let him get going. I mean, try to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, but it got rough when other guys on the team got going and allowed to give him a little bit more space, lose a little bit of tension for a second, and get it right back and score.
Tyshawn, what was I mean, that's a tough way to have to come back and play overtime after that. What was the message? What were you guys telling each other to try to get ready to play those final 5 minutes after the shot went in and they counted it?
Pretty much to sit there and just keep fighting, no matter what the score was. We pretty much just told our guys to sit there and hold our heads up, even if the shot went in or not. Obviously, it did, but that didn't stop us from sitting there communicating and also kept trying to get stops on defenses.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Were you right there for that shot, Tyshawn?
Yeah, I just had my hand couldn't even flick his wrist. My hand was right there.
Yeah, you're trying not to foul.
Yeah,
but
he just hit it.
Thanks, gentlemen.
For sure.
Good.
See you tomorrow.
Questions for Coach?
Yes, Mackie. You mentioned that the out-of-bounds plays, I know, but I mean, what was the concept? I guess what were you trying to get?
Well, there's 8/10 of a second left, so if a guard was open early on our movement, great, we were going to throw it. Otherwise, we're just throwing it to the other free throw line, and all he had to do was touch it. And why he didn't, I'm not sure.
What is your message to the guys when you see how much fight they had, yet they come up short. There's kind of like not really a message to make them feel good about that, but because the result.
Yeah, I mean, we're up 3. It's 0.8 of a second left. It's my responsibility to bring that home, and I didn't do it. So this one's on me.
Did you think about calling a timeout? I don't know if you had one.
No, we had what we wanted. Martine was in front of him. They have.
I meant after the turnover, once it was brought back to Marquette out of bounds.
No, I did not, because they didn't have any timeouts left. And we prepared. We put a guy in the ball, and we switched every screen. Nobody stayed at the basket. I mean, we couldn't defend that play any better than we did. He was surrounded, and he threw up a prayer.
In terms of the defense on Marcus Howard, man, I mean, you're going to see 53, and you're not going to think that you guys did a good job. But it seemed like he hit some tough shots tonight. Did you feel like you were?
The first half, I really felt we only weren't there one time. We got nicked on a screen, and then one Caleb fouled him on. But other than that, we were there every time he shot it. And I talked to several coaches who played him in the preseason and the non-conference portion of the season, and the theme was, if he has one of those nights where he's making circus shots, good luck. And he did it to Buffalo and had 40 in the second half. To our guys' credit, it's hard to go play offense and execute offense, because that's really deflating when you play pretty good defense and you got a hand and you're sticking it there and the guy's making a shot. But to our guys' credit, we were mature enough to continue to execute. And late in the game, it's 79-78 us, and we force them into a turnover, a 2-point shot, another turnover, and then they get the. I think they got an offensive rebound off a missed shot, and then he throws the one in at the buzzer. So we really did some good things defensively when in the guts of the game, the last minute and a half of the game before overtime. And obviously he got rolling in overtime. We couldn't get him stopped.
Yeah, what was your message to the guys going into overtime? It's a really tough situation.
We got to play, man. Like, they're going to put 5 minutes out there, and we got to go play basketball. And we scored on our first. I don't even remember what we did. No, we did not score our first 2. They scored 3 in a row, 2 of them 3-point shots. And then to our guys' credit, we stuck with it. The ball got moving. We hit some shots, and we kept it within striking distance. And then they made their free throws down the stretch.
Greg, what do you tell your team after a shocking loss like this?
I mean, the first thing you do is you tell them you're proud of the effort, proud of the fact that it was extremely deflating the way the game ended. Hard to play in overtime, and they scored a couple quick baskets, and we were still able to get it to a one-possession game to give ourselves a chance. But and again, it's on me. You have to put your team in a position to win the game in that situation, and I can point all the fingers I want, but I better look in the mirror first.
In terms of what you can learn about your team in a moment where they have to sustain a gut punch like that at the buzzer in a game that they felt like they should have put away, and to then have Howard come down and bang a couple threes and push the lead out, to see your team kind of keep punching back, what did you learn about the guys you've kind of got right now in the locker room?
I like the way we responded from the Butler game. We were a much better team today than the one that played at Butler on Saturday. And this can't define us. It's a devastating loss because it's against a top 20 team. Obviously, would have had huge ramifications down the road and put us in a better position in league play. But my work's going to start tomorrow to get them back ready to practice on Friday and understand what we have to do to get ready for a very good Villanova team. So the schedule's a murderer's row for us right now. We let one get away, but my staff and I have to make sure that the ending of this game doesn't cost us another game. Like, we have to flip the page. We have to turn the page. We have to learn from it, and we certainly are going to pull a lot of positives from this game and show them to the team. But we'll also, like we do every game, we'll pull some negatives, some mistakes we made, and make sure we correct them in the future.
2 more for Coach.
Did you get any explanation from the referees in terms of what they saw in the video replay?
They said it was inconclusive, so they had to go with the call on the floor. I didn't get to see it, so I don't know.
I just a quick one, Damian Jefferson. How was he doing?
Something with his calf, and he couldn't go. So obviously that was a blow to our depth, especially when Mitch fouled out.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Marquette will be here soon.